How many times do I have to explain? He is thousands of years old.
Calm down, brother. Remember why we are here.
Yeah, because Dad doesn't understand that I'm the Lord of Blood. It's not a phase.
You sound resentful, Mog. What is on your mind? Let us heal together.
Resentful? You try living in a sewer and see how jolly you are.
Your brother also shared your fate, yet he remains calm. Why do you think that is?
Morgoth is a simp for that damn tree.
I don't agree with that terminology.
He may as well be shackled to it, but not me. I have wings for a reason.
That was beautifully poetic.
And that reason is to be a more efficient sexual predator.
That was less beautiful.
That's how I captured him, my dear little Miriel.
Ah, yes, your brother.
Half-brother, I'm not a degenerate.
That is debatable.
But he won't wake up. How am I meant to start my dynasty while he's asleep?
Do you feel rejected by him?
Yes, I do. Sometimes I take my frustration out on Faray.
Who is that?
His sex slave.
He is more like a recruitment agent who I occasionally shower with my blood boon.
Same thing.
I understand your pain. First you were rejected by your parents, and now you have been rejected by your half-brother. I want you to know that I am here for you.
Sorry, but turtles with hats don't really do it for me. I could put a white mask on you, though, and we can see where things go from there.
We're not doing that.
Your family loves you, Mog. They want you to be happy.
They want me to stand outside a tree all day like a good little omen. Like Morgoth. He is addicted to boiled crab, you know.
You had to mention the boiled crab, didn't you?
He spends all his runes on them. When our family is in financial trouble, I'm the one who has to bail them out.
If you had to deal with Godric as often as I do, you'd be addicted too.
As a turtle, I understand the need to be defensive, Mog, but I assure you that you are in no danger here. There is no need to deflect.
I just don't see the point in any of this. I need to get back to my egg.
I want you to close your eyes, Mog.
He only has one eye.
Close your eye and imagine the egg slowly floating up into the air, getting smaller and smaller until it just disappears.
Where the fuck's my egg? Where is it? Faray, help me find my egg.
Okay, well, clearly that didn't work. How about we try Oh, it appears we are out of time.
I'm not sure if you helped him.
Come back to me, Miriel. Daddy loves you.
Fear not, all things are conjoined, such as your runes and my shell.
Are you asking for payment?
Yes.
I have misplaced my runes. I can pay you in boiled crab.
See, this is what I mean.
Worry not, you can pay me later. My next appointment is coming.
Hello, old friend.
Rinala, lovely to see you again.
Rykard, you get therapy too?
Is it really a surprise?
Yes, my sweet snaky boy has a lot of problems.
You must make a lot of runes from this, Miriel.
Bitch, I'm rolling in them.
This is serious, Rykard. Please stop laughing.
Seriously expensive.
Rykard, I'm curious why you think torturing Albinaurix is funny.
Surely we'd be better discussing why he let a giant snake eat him. I think that's the real problem here.
We need to go deeper. I want to know the man behind the snake.
You just want more runes.
Rani, be nice to Miriel.
What was your relationship like with your parents?
I loved my sweet snaky boy before he even had scales. There are no problems there.
Please, Rinala, let Rykard speak.
Let him speak. Have you not been paying attention? He can barely talk.
Rani, be nice to Miriel.
Fine, fine.
How do you feel about your mother? And your father? Fascinating.
Radagon never had much time for the kids. Well, for our kids. He had plenty of time for those twin prodigies of his, though.
And that disgusting wolf.
Is that why you sought out the serpent, Rykard? To replace your father?
What are you trying to say, my handsome sweetling?
Is your father the reason you let serpent and man join together in horrendous mating rituals? Dear God.
What is happening?
It's just Rykard being Rykard.
My celestial dew is spilling out.
I'm sure it's easy enough to find. Where did you get it?
I bought it from Patches.
Oh, it is probably just regular water then.
What?
Patches is a bad boy. He tried to trade a shard of glass for my amber egg. A shard of glass.
Not even father would stoop that low.
I don't care, just make him stop.
Rykard, I've got some turtleneck meat. It's pickled.
Turtle meat?
I am sorry, Miriel. My big strong serpent just can't get enough of it.
Catch Rykard.
Do not feed him the meat of my kin.
Are you feeling better now?
Get out!
Don't you want your runes, Miriel?
I need to wash my eyes with celestial dew.
It's just water.
Shut up! I'm I'm sorry, could you explain that again?
I wandered deep into the woods, found an old snowy crone, killed myself, and then transferred my spirit into this doll. There were some events in between all that, but you catch my drift. What is so difficult to understand?
Demigods have the most peculiar of problems.
Tell me about it.
My sweet little Rani, why did you put your spirit into a doll? I miss your pretty red hair. Blythe, why didn't you stop her?
I was probably taking a piss.
I have never been a fan of the red hair, Mother. It reminds me too much of Father.
Fascinating. I recall Rykard also had parental issues. Is your father's red hair the reason you became a blue doll?
Of course not. This doll is modeled after the Snow Witch who taught me to fear the dark moon.
I don't blame you, Mistress Rani. The moon is pretty big. If I howl at it long enough, it eventually goes away, but it always returns.
I remember when little Rani and I encountered her first dark moon. She was so scared she needed a big hug from Mommy after.
Mother, shut up!
Is this dark moon one of those outer gods you demigods seem to have unhealthy connections with?
I was taught it was a huge wheel of cheese.
Who taught you that?
It was something Radagon would say. He was not a fan of anything that opposed his precious Erd tree.
Yet he married you, Mother.
Renala, your therapy session will be later, unless you want to pay me extra runes now.
You are a greedy turtle.
Rani, why did you become a doll? Was it to get male attention your father never gave you?
Well, there are a lot of people who are very interested in my string.
Like that perverted bastard Celavis.
Blythe, please stop saying nasty things about Celaphus.
But no, the reason why I slayed my Empyrean flesh was so that thing could not control me.
What thing?
You know, the space slug.
Is this another outer god?
I think she means the Erd tree, right, sweetie?
Yes, I do not want to be a slave to the Golden Order.
And that's because your father embodies the Golden Order, right?
It is not as simple as that.
Everything seems to come back to Radagon. I suspect he is the root of this family's trauma.
The other day he called me a depressed alcoholic furry. I am not a furry.
But Blythe, you are furry. You are my fluffy little poodle.
What's a poodle?
I killed myself so I could one day usher in the Age of Stars. I will have the certainties of sight, emotion, faith, and touch all become impossibilities.
Mistress Rani, to be honest, that sounds kind of bad.
Well, you are my shadow, so of course you would say that.
You want faith to become impossible?
Yes, in my new world, all one will need is intelligence.
That's my girl.
And what role would a pastor such as I have?
You can be our giant piñata. We will smack you, and all the runes you are hiding in that shell of yours will come tumbling out.
Rani, be nice to Miriel.
And that's all we have time for today. I'm sorry, Renala, but without Radagon, I am unsure how much progress we can make.
I will try to speak to him sometime then. Thank you, Miriel. Let's go, Rani. Where is Blythe?
Sorry, I was taking a piss in that pond over there.
My celestial dew!
How many times must I say it? It's just water.
Silence, witch!
Is he always this loud?
It's your fault he's like this.
It's my fault Rykard is a brain-dead snake. You're not allowed to say that about him!
Radagon, stop insulting our children.
Everyone, please take a deep breath.
I don't trust you. What are you hiding in that shell? Is a rune of the Elden Ring in there? Do I need to crack you open to find out? Try it and I will gravity magic you through a wall.
Radagon, as you can see, your family's a little damaged.
Thank you for stating the obvious. Rykard became a blasphemous serpent that can barely string a sentence together.
Very good, Rykard. You're my big smart snakey.
Rani destroyed her Empyrean flesh and became a blue doll.
Does the Golden Order have a problem with blue people?
You look like a smurf, Rani.
What's a smurf?
And Radon is parading around trying his best to be the next Godfrey.
Godfrey is more of a man than you will ever be. He is an awesome father, a great warrior, and an expert at fishing.
He's also really hot.
Mother, please.
Radon, do you hate your father?
I hate weakness, and my father is a weak man.
Well, actually, I've killed a lot more Tarnish than you have.
That is not what I mean. You abandoned us to go and start a family with that foolish Merica, but you got what you deserved with those cursed twins.
Which cursed twins are you referring to?
Melania and Mikilla. Don't you know your own children?
Of course he doesn't.
Radon, you are a fine warrior, but let's be honest, Melania is better than you'll ever be.
Excuse me?
He pressed the Melania button. He shouldn't have done that.
Melania is an Empyrean, and you tried to kill her? She is very important for the future of the Golden Order, Radon. You should know this.
She is a frail, blind, compulsive liar who claims to have never lost a fight. She should be happy that she was cursed. If not for her scarlet rot, I would have gladly ended her.
There's no shame in losing to her, Radon.
You are a skinny, red-haired twig.
Isn't that what Godfrey says?
That man has poisoned my children, Renala. How could you let this happen?
Godfrey is a good man, Radagon. He has went fishing and hiking with Radon, and he feeds Rykard gravel stones.
I I'm still waiting to have an adventure with Godfrey.
Me too, Rani. Me too.
Okay, let's try to keep things on track. Radagon, as you can see, your family is hurt. Do you want to repair things?
That is all anyone asks of me. Radagon, please repair the Elden Ring. Radagon, please repair your family. Radagon, please repair the Amber Egg. I am sick of it.
What happened to the egg?
Blythe and Wolfie were playing fetch with it a few weeks ago. They would take turns throwing it and chasing it.
Being crucified for every little mistake can take its toll.
You think of us as a little mistake? If you like, I can turn into a meteor and show you how little of a mistake I am.
No one cares, Radon. Gravity magic isn't cool. Incantations are cool.
What did you say?
Can you accept that your father is an imperfect man who has made mistakes?
No!
Maybe.
Very well.
You are a very kind young man, Rykard. Let's get some pickled turtleneck meat on the way home.
Please stop eating turtles. That is all we have time for today, I'm afraid. I think we have made some progress.
We have made no progress. He admitted himself that he cares more for Malenia than us.
Well, she is undefeated.
All you are good for is hiding behind your snide remarks and your stupid tree.
Radon, it sounds like you have a lot of frustration towards Malenia.
I think he loves her.
Oh, Radon, I am so happy that my strapping strong man has finally found someone.
I disapprove.
I can't stand her. She is literally a demon.
Does she get that from her father or her mother?
Probably a bit of both.
I will need to see you and her sometime.
No, you won't.
I must leave now. Malenia and I are to search for Mikilla. Farewell.
Good riddance.
Let's go back to the academy.
Actually, I hear Patches is hosting some sort of tournament at my castle. Are you coming, Rani?
Sure. I like watching things die.
I'm not sure it's that sort of tournament.
I guess it's just you and me then, Rykard. Let's get some pickled turtleneck meat.
Stop feeding my children to your children!
I have thought about it many times, the different ways I'd do it. Maybe I'd throw a spear at him just to see the stupid expression on his face. Or make it rain swords and watch him waddle around like a disfigured prawn. I've even thought about blood slicing him. That's how much I want to kill him.
Fascinating. And how does that make you feel?
What? I wasn't paying attention. I was too busy admiring that shell of yours. I bet it would look great on me. What do you think, Morgott?
I think you'd look great if I was bashing your skull in with it.
Morgott has always been jealous of my appendages. He just can't be happy for me.
How can I be happy when I have to babysit you?
I am not a baby.
What do you mean, Morgott?
He sits up in that castle with his harlots, unaware of the dangers lurking outside.
There are plenty of dangers lurking inside the harlots.
Maybe I should have stayed inside my shell this morning.
The number of tarnished that want to kill him is baffling. I don't know if it's because he is the weakest of us demigods or because they hate him.
It's because they want my great rune. My great rune is better than yours, Morgott.
Your great rune is not better than mine.
Well, actually it is, and I have proof. The Tarnished all want a piece of this action.
Where did you get that?
Gideon gave me it. He is all-knowing.
Maybe I should just let the Tarnished kill you then.
That's fine by me. Maybe then you can stop loitering outside of my castle.
Loitering?
Morgott is trying to protect you, Godric. How does that make you feel?
I don't need protecting. I have Gostok for that. He is very skilled with a dagger. Also, do you know how annoying it is to hear the same thing over and over? Foul Tarnished this, in search of the Elden Ring. That gets some new lines, Morgott.
New lines?
Plus, he is an omen. He is ruining my Riz.
Your Riz?
I don't want omens to be the first thing that people see when they come to Stormvale. I want the first thing they see to be my massive dragon member.
That's enough. You are an embarrassment. You should have died during the shattering.
Please calm down, Morgott.
Many tried, but they all ended up on their knees, just like my heart.
You only survived because you ran away like a cowardly crab.
What's the matter, Morgott? Got crab on the brain? You sick addict.
If it wasn't for boiled crab, I would have killed you and given your great rune to a sheep.
Did you know he is addicted to crab?
Actually, I did know. Moog told me. I'd rather forget that session. He wanted to put a white mask on me and do things.
Why can't you be more like Moog? He's the cool omen.
Okay, let us recenter. Morgott, Godric, I want each of you to say one thing you admire about the other one. Morgott, would you like to start?
I'm going to need a few thousand years to scrape something together for this one.
There must be one thing.
Well, he grafted Radon some new feet, allowing him to walk. I respect that.
Excellent, Morgott. Thank you for sharing. Now it's your turn, Godric. What do you admire about Morgott?
Oh, I have a good one.
Godric, I swear if you say...
Please share it with us, Godric.
What I admire the most about Morgoth
Godric, you better not say...
is that despite how ugly he is,
Godric, I'm going to kill...
and how hideously grotesque his tail is, and how annoying his voice is, and how delayed his attacks are, that it is my castle he chooses to loiter outside.
That's not really what...
Godric, you goofy little scion reprobate.
Rapro, what?
I've had enough. From now on, you can fight your own battles.
Finally, you will stop stealing all of my kills.
And if you ever show up at the foot of the Erd Tree again, I will blood slice all of your wicked limbs off and feed them to the avatars.
Feed me limbs!
I eagerly await the news of your death. Goodbye.
He took that well.
Godric, I don't think your compliment was as sincere as Morgoth's.
He'll get over it. I'll need to hire someone to guard my castle, though. I don't want to get my hands dirty.
Well, before you do that, you have a therapy session to pay for.
Can I pay you in man-serpent eggs?
Man-serpent eggs? What the devil?
I have to go now and get a bath. Bye.
I should have taken the man-serpent eggs.
She is a blind, arrogant, lazy, compulsive liar. She turned Caelid into a hellish wasteland. But worse than all that, she is a bad mom.
Okay, Radan, thank you for sharing. And Melania, how do you feel about Radan?
He is loud.
I'm not loud!
He is obnoxious.
Fancy words, Melania. Did you read them in a book? Oh wait, that's right. You're blind.
Radan, please be respectful and let your sister speak.
Fine.
He is a sore loser with a massive chip on his shoulder, who speaks a lot but says very little. He craves attention, probably because of his daddy issues. Also, his horse is stupid.
Leave Leonard alone!
You both have very strong feelings for each other.
Well, I wouldn't word it like that.
As I understand, you shared an intimate moment together during the shattering. Is that right?
An intimate moment?
Wasn't Melania on top of you, whispering into your ear before she showed you her flower?
Yes, but also no!
I was trying to kill him.
You're not trying to kill him now, though, are you? In fact, you have come here to try to mend things. Why is that?
Her daughter really wants us to get along. She doesn't like it when I call Melania blind, or frail, or arrogant, or...
I think he gets it.
Children can make us see the world much more clearly. Or at least they do when they're not being fed to a massive, blasphemous serpent.
That was oddly specific.
Tell me more about the moments when you haven't been getting physical with one another.
Why do you keep wording things like that?
Well, I got scarlet rot a few months ago, and Melania gave me a preserving bolus. Of course, I had to wake her up first, which wasn't easy because of all her snoring.
Shut up!
If Radan really wanted to kill you, he could have done it then, but he didn't.
His loud breathing would have woken me up before he got the chance.
I wear a lot of armor.
Do you usually breathe loudly around Melania?
Well, yes, actually. Usually because I want to kill her.
So you breathe heavily because of your urges to get physical with her, is that right?
You are a naughty turtle.
You both remind me a lot of Lady Renala and Lord Radagon. As you know, they fought each other, but then fell in love.
I wouldn't call that love.
Also, are you forgetting that we are brother and sister?
I thought you demigods were into that sort of thing.
Excuse me?
Whether you want to admit it or not, you both do care about each other, and you both certainly care about Millicent. Radan, I want you to pretend to be Millicent. What do you see when you look at Melania? Why do you love her?
I do not love her.
But Millicent does. Why do you think that is?
Well, Melania is very skilled at combat, and she does care a lot about Makilla.
Excellent. And Melania, why do you think Millicent loves Radan?
Although he is loud and obnoxious, he is very supportive and encouraging. He is a good uncle.
Thank you.
Radan, Melania, I want you to try to see things from Millicent's point of view. The next time you get into a fight, consider that you are fighting someone who she loves. Do you think you can act civil for her sake?
Fine, I can do that.
I'll try.
You both have a lot more in common than you realize. Plus, you can think of it like a game. The first one to get angry loses.
Well, I am undefeated, so I won't be getting angry first.
Nice try, Melania, but I'm not getting angry over that.
Perfect. I'm glad I could help. Now pay up.
Okay, here you go.
Morgoth and Godric owe me some runes, too.
Fine. Take these two.
You are a greedy turtle. Let's get out of here, Melania, before he asks for even more.
Great idea, Radan.
I really wish demigods would stop showing up here.